Restrictions apply. Ships registry the Netherlands.
This traffic report brought to you by Washington Policy Center. All government employees now have the right to stop paying union dues or fees. The choice is up to you. You can choose to keep more of what you earn. Learn more at optouttoday.com. Optouttoday.com.
Inspire is a sleep apnea solution that doesn't involve a mask or hose. The freedom to sleep like everyone else is just a click away at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com.
You are in control of the show. Choose your news on the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show. Mike and Todd Show.
Oh, it's the game where the stories are fascinating. The points only matter to us. Choose your news. We're about to give you a headline, a little taste of our story, and then you text your vote, Candy, Mike, or Todd, or something about the story, to 98973. Be listening here in a few minutes at 4:06, and you can see if your pick made it out on top. So at this point, you are really in control of the show. Now it's time for us to pitch you the stories. Todd, would you like to go first?
Let me do that, Candy.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it. So this is one of two things. I'm either going to tell you a story about a movie based on a bizarre scientific premise, or I'm going to tell you about a real live scientific invention. Some might say advanced. Here's the pitch. What if there was a lentil-sized gray glob of human brain cells that all of a sudden sort of spontaneously and tendril-like linked up with the spinal column of, let's say, another being and became animated? Could be a movie. Could be a scientific invention. Some people might consider an advance. You want to know? Then text my name, Todd, or Todd's story to 98973. Mike Lewis.
So people have talked a lot about the cash bail system and how it tends to favor the rich over the poor. And frequently the poor stay in jail not because their crimes are worse, but because they simply can't afford bail. A new study talks about how much that doesn't just have an effect on their ability to get out of jail then, but how it has an effect on their economic viability for years to come afterwards, and how this creates, the bail alone can create a cycle of continued reinforcement and re-engagement with law enforcement that people would rather not see.
So if you want to hear Mike's story about the bail system, text Mike to 98973. My story today for Choose Your News. Tall fences make good neighbors. Sometimes. When you have a dispute with your neighbor, you know, these branches came off your tree, they're not mine. What's going on with your garbage can? This is not your parking space, et cetera, et cetera. Things can get pretty heated. And you can be an adult and talk to them face to face and sort it out. Or you could be like this guy, Jason. If you want to hear what he did in his own passive-aggressive glory, text Candy to 98973. That is my story for Choose Your News. It's about neighbors who are getting a little creative with their revenge.
That's the way the game goes. You take control of the show, so you should feel the surge of power right now. Mike, one more time, remind folks where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing tonight.
I'm going to be at the West Seattle Candidates Forum. It's the first forum of the upcoming council elections. There's going to be 7 forums for each of the 7 council districts. The 2 at-large seats are not running this year. And it will be in West Seattle starting at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., open to the public. It will be all 5 candidates who are going to be running for, including the incumbent, Lisa Herbold, for the District 1 council seat.
And are you a guy that likes to be greeted with hugs from people you've not met yet, or do you prefer a handshake or just a head nod?
A low 5.
Why would you do that? So then you can go too slow.
Just asking.
Why would you do that to him?
This is prepare people.
This is a free event. Some people were texting at 98973 asking if they needed to get a ticket ahead of time. You don't, but if you need directions or anything like that, you can go to our Facebook page, Candy, Mike, or Todd. All the information is also on mynorthwest.com.
All right, we come back. You'll find out which story won. Maybe it's yours. If so, you're the big winner, and you can have bragging rights for at least today. Right now, Tracy Taylor's going to check traffic for us. Tracy.
So I'm hearing about this wreck. It's at Holgate and Occidental. Drivers are going to run into a couple of lanes blocked, eastbound lanes, 2 of them, and 1 southbound lane is blocked. So again, you're going to have to find a different way around there. Also hearing that the road work at Rainier and Dearborn has cleared. So is our stall on northbound I-5 at M Street in Tacoma. Pretty good lineup for those of you who are leaving Highway 16. 16's jammed up getting up to I-5. Your drive on southbound 5 continues to slow outside of Federal Way, heading out towards the Dome. 512 as we get closer to Canyon. Our drive out of Lakewood has ramped up, especially around Joint Base Lewis McCord, and both directions of Highway 203 at Stillwater Hill Road are shut down for fire activity. More on that coming up here at 4:03. KIRO Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Tracy Taylor.
The sound of the money you'll save with stress-free pricing and financing. Come in for a stress-free experience at Subaru of Puyallup during the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through April 1st.
It's Rachel Bell, and if you haven't listened to my podcast, Your Last Meal, what's wrong with you? It's fun. I interview celebrities about what they eat for their last meal and then dig into the history and culture of the dish. And in my new episode, I chat with Stephen Page from the Bare Naked Ladies. Stephen used to love fancy food, but now he appreciates the simple things.
Soup is a treat.
Listen wherever you get podcasts or at yourlastmealpodcast.com.
Boeing taking quite a hit in terms of reputation.
The crisis of confidence over 2 crashes.
What it means for Western Washington's aerospace icon.
Boeing's Renton plant makes the 737 MAX.
Voices you trust.
Now the FBI has joined the investigation.
On local stories that matter.
Similarities emerge between the 2 crashes.
We're now talking about a criminal investigation and a grand jury.
KIRO Radio 97.3 FM. News and talk. Powered by the Pacific Northwest. Go deeper at mynorthwest.com.
Paid political announcement.
With each tick of the clock, there's less time for Washington state workers to take control of their financial futures. Social Security is just not enough to retire on. So unless we act soon, a secure retirement will be out of their reach. That's why AARP and small business owners across Washington support Senate Bill 5740 to create the Secure Choice Retirement Savings Program. Secure Choice will allow more than 1 million private sector workers to save for retirement on their own terms. Plus, it'll make small businesses more competitive by giving them an easier way to offer a savings option. Secure Choice is the right choice for small business owners and their employees. Tell your House member to support Secure Choice today, before it's too late. To learn more, visit action.aarp.org/WA Secure Choice. That's action.aarp.org/WA Secure Choice. Paid for by AARP.
This year, spend some quality time with family and friends in an RV from Valley RV Supercenter, the Northwest premier Jayco dealer. Valley RV Supercenter is offering huge discounts on the entire Jayco lineup, from tent trailers to Class A motorhomes. The Jayco J-Flight is America's best-selling travel trailer, and right now, Valley RV will save you $6,600 on a brand new 2019 J-Flight bunkhouse, perfect for young families, now just $14,855. Save over $48,000 on a new, fully loaded Jayco Seismic 42-foot fifth wheel toy hauler with double slide and rear patio, plus tons of room for all your toys. Just $72,932. Or save $27,000 on a new Red Hawk 27-foot Class C. Just $64,675. And all come with Jayco's best in the business 2-year warranty. Start turning your days off into mini vacations. Go where the road takes you. Enjoy the comforts of home wherever you roam in an RV from Valley RV Supercenter in Kent, where journeys begin.
Is your home under attack? Think about it. Record cold, ice, and snowfall is causing havoc not only to the outside of your home, but creating discomfort inside. Hi, I'm Adrian, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter has come out swinging, and to help you through it all, Lake Washington Windows is offering Milgard's state-of-the-art Sun Coat Max Glass. This technology reduces heat loss during the cold winter and heat gain through the hot summer. Translation? You'll feel more comfortable in your home throughout the year. And of course, a window's only as good as the installation. Lake Washington Windows' exclusive Leak Armor process utilizes layers of adhesive flashing, polyurethane sealants, and fasteners to keep moisture and frigid air out. So with Milgard's Sun Coat Max Glass and our exclusive Leak Armor installation, you'll be ready for any weather the Northwest brings. This month, we're offering to pay your sales tax and give you a free upgrade to Milgard's Sun Coat Max Glass. Plus, don't forget to ask us about our financing options. Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Attend a free online trading academy workshop, text Gridlock to 57682, and register for workshops in Federal Way, Everett, Puyallup, Linwood, and Gig Harbor. Text Gridlock to 57682 and learn how you can acquire investing skills for life. Register now.
Demetro's Jazz Alley welcomes 2-time Grammy Award winner Peebo Bryson. 4 shows, April 4th through 7th. Peebo Bryson tickets are at jazzalley.com.
It's Rachel Bell, and I know a lot of people have had cabin fever with all the snow, but at Muckleshoot Casino, it is fun to be inside. They offer more than 3,000 gaming machines, the only iRoulette tables in the state, and hands down the best poker in the Pacific Northwest. They have great restaurants and the largest smoke-free gaming area in the state. And because you've been nice, Muckleshoot Casino's ATM machines will be fee-free through April 30th. Get all the latest promotions and dining specials at muckleshootcasino.com. It's all about you at Muckleshoot Casino in Auburn, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Northwest.
Guys, we all know it, that hair loss can rob you of your personal identity, your confidence, and age you. What if I told you there was a simple, affordable, one-day treatment out there? John Curley for Advanced Hair. You want the best results with the highest rated doctors and the latest technology and a state-of-the-art facility? It starts right here in Bellevue at Advanced Hair. Check out advancedhair.com. And for a free consultation, call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Brought to you by Blue Emu. Blue Emu supports healthy muscles and joints. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink. Find them at blue-emu.com.
Markdown Madness is on at Evergreen Ford Lincoln. We lost our storage lot lease, so we're discounting over 170 new Ford F-150 4x4s. Always more, always for less. Click evergreenford.com or as always, exit 15 I-90 Issaquah.
KIRO Radio, 97.3 FM. Online at mynorthwest.com and streaming on the KIRO Radio app. KIRO FM, Tacoma, Seattle. News and talk, powered by the Pacific Northwest.
Could optional equipment have prevented the Ethiopian Airlines crash?
A lot of times airlines don't go the extra mile and order extra safety.
President Trump wants to recognize Israel control over the Golan Heights.
It's disputed under international law.
A guilty plea from a mail bomber.
Cesar Sayoc admitted to the crimes.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition, sponsored by the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Boeing is coming under new scrutiny in connection with this month's Ethiopian Airlines crash that killed all 157 people aboard. Questions have been raised about why potentially life-saving safety equipment is optional instead of standard on its jetliners. Former Transportation Department Inspector General Mary Schiavo.
Legally, Boeing's always quick to say in these kinds of litigation, look, it's up to the airline to decide what they want on it. We built the planes to the FAA certification requirements. We put everything on there that's required by law. And then if an airline wants more, they can ask for it.
The Justice Department Fraud Unit has issued subpoenas to Boeing, and the FBI is looking into how much of the FAA certification process is left up to the manufacturer. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The FBI says it is supporting a criminal investigation into the approval process for the Boeing 737 MAX. We know employees at Boeing and the FAA have been ordered to retain documents. There is a growing list of agencies demanding answers.
A week before Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu visits Washington, President Trump tweeted the U.S. should be recognizing Israel's control over the disputed Golan Heights. That has raised diplomatic concerns here and abroad. CBS's Margaret Brennan.
It recognizes a military seizure of sovereign territory as legitimate. And that's a dangerous thing to set as precedent, because that could have Russia turn around and say, look, we sent troops into Crimea, part of Ukraine. You guys said it was illegitimate. Guess what? That's reality now. That's our territory.
The disputed area was captured by Israel in the 1967 Middle East War. It was annexed in 1981. That move was not recognized internationally. A guilty plea from accused mail bomber Cesar Sayoc. WCBS TV's Dana Tyler.
Late this afternoon, Sayoc appeared in Manhattan federal court where he cried and apologized. Prosecutors say the Florida man sent 14 packages to prominent Democrats, including former President Obama and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, right before the midterm elections. The packages did not explode. He'll be sentenced in September and could get life in prison.
Evidence against Sayoc included DNA that linked him to 10 of the devices, fingerprints to 2 of them. On Wall Street, the Dow gained 216 points. Now this.
Capital One Quicksilver Card. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. That's all there is to it. Just unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything you buy. What's in your wallet?
Immigration officials say the man who fatally shot a Kittitas County Sheriff's deputy was here illegally. That story coming up. At first, KIRO Radio real-time traffic with Tracy Taylor.
Crews are working with this crash line that has eastbound lanes blocked from First Ave North, and southbound lanes of Occidental are also blocked at Holgate. So again, this is going to be a minute before they can get things reopened through that area. So if you can, try to avoid using First Avenue South out near Holgate. All right, drivers, you're going to have to bump over to 4th Avenue South, where things are going to be a little on the slower side. side, you're going to run into a new wreck on southbound Highway 9 just north of 53rd. That's blocking a lane. Both directions of Highway 203 outside of Carnation. You've got a fire that's being worked on by Duval Fire, and that's out near Stillwater Hill Road. Drivers are running into some pretty ugly delays. As a matter of fact, I was just refreshing some of those real-time travel times. We're sitting at 72 minutes from Seattle to Everett, really ramped out outside of the convention center most of the way into Mount Lake Terrace, and once again as we get closer to the Boeing Freeway, all the way into parts of Marysville. Your southbound 405 drive is the normal lineup outside of Bellevue. Westbound 520 off the bridge. 90 eastbound slows out of the tunnel. And of course, the Valley Freeway is hammered from just after Valley Medical Center and heading out towards 277th. Tacoma is really feeling the pinch. More on that coming up here in 10 minutes. Traffic brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air, setting the standard for in-home comfort. Save up to $1,000 on a new system. Participating dealers, program eligibility, and restrictions at AmericanStandardNW.com. KIRO Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Tracy Taylor.
Now, from the KIRO Radio Newsroom and streaming on the KIRO Radio app.
The man who shot and killed a Kittitas County Sheriff's deputy was in the country illegally. ICE confirms the 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores de Torre came to the U.S. from Mexico to work in agriculture, but his visa had expired. This week, Deputy Ryan Thompson was the first officer killed in the line of duty in that tight-knit county in 92 years.
These are people whose names we know and whose children have interconnected with ours.
And it feels very different. It feels very personal.
Investigators say Del Toro was shot dead after killing Thompson. Seattle police are searching for the gunman who killed a man during a game at Cal Anderson Park last night.
There was a large gathering of people here. It appears there's a basketball game going on. At some point there was a disturbance. One shot was fired and an adult male was killed.
Police Captain Keith Swank tells KIRO 7 TV they're working with witnesses to find the suspect. The state patrol's investigating after a suspected shoplifter died while running from Mount Vernon police across Freeway Drive.
The officer tased the shoplifter. The shoplifter fell to the ground and then was struck and killed by a car that was coming southbound.
That's Trooper Heather Axtman. She says the Monroe cop is still on duty. Tomorrow is the 5th anniversary of the Oso landslide that killed 43 people. The first part of a permanent memorial, a mailbox sculpture, will be unveiled.
Seattle sculptor Louise McDowell was honored to be chosen to create it, but admits it was a big responsibility.
This one means a lot.
And while a mailbox sculpture may not sound like much, she says it's what it represents that matters.
The mailboxes themselves represented home.
The sculpture is part of a larger park-like memorial the families are still raising money for.
KIRO Radio's Hannah Scott says you can find out how to help at mynorthwest.com. Major League Baseball's all-time hits leader said today he's putting down the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Major League Baseball as we salute Ichiro Suzuki.
The 45-year-old outfielder made the announcement that he's retiring after helping the Yums beat the Oakland A's 5-4 at the Tokyo Dome. And now your forecast.
Partly sunny skies and low to mid-60s. Still a huge difference from yesterday. Then tomorrow about 60, 62. Increasing clouds and rain late in the day. I'm KIRO 7 pinpoint meteorologist Nick Allard.
It's 58 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
From Everett to Eastlake, this is KIRO Radio 97.3 FM.
News and talk, powered by the Pacific Northwest.
This is the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show on KIRO Radio 97.3 FM.
Oh, I'd like to say it's good news, but my goodness, what in the world were the executives at Boeing thinking on some of these decisions? We'll dig into that, but this is the 4 o'clock hour, top thereof. Our opinion doesn't matter. The fact is, you've all of a sudden become a titan of industry.
Did everyone agree with you? Let's find out. Choose your news on the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show.
Everybody probably agreed with you. You make the best choices. We give you a taste of our story, something we found interesting today, and you've been texting your votes very creatively, and I appreciate that. Candy, Mike, or Todd to 98973. That's the Online Training Academy text line. From the 206, I'm still waiting for the first human head transplant. Until then, I'd like to hear Todd's story. From the 253, Todd, my fear is that the lentil-sized piece of gray matter will lock into an alien creature. So sorry, I'm going Mike today. Mike's got to fix the Bond problem. From the 425, I vote for producer Andrew because, hey, why not? All right, let's stay focused, okay? Stay focused.
What was that about?
Let's stay focused. From the 360, Candy, neighbor revenge. I'm all about that. which makes me think I want to find out where this person at 360 lives so we can avoid them. Choose your news. Okay, current scoreboard says Mike is at 12, Todd is at 16, I am at 11.
We have a winner.
It's Todd. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We don't normally do this, but I prepared a little speech. Is that okay with you guys? It shouldn't go over 3 or 4 minutes. Just some people I wanted to thank.
Wait, we don't have the playoff music ready.
That's
to play
fine.
you off the stage. Okay, go. Do your story, though.
All right. So this opens up a lot of questions I was wanting to discuss with you guys along the lines of if scientists can, should they? I don't know. I don't have a lot of problem with this here. It is a true story. Scientists have grown a miniature, what they describe as a miniature brain in a dish. This is from The Guardian. So they describe it as a lentil-sized gray of blob human brain cells. And they put it in a dish with a spinal cord and muscle tissue taken from a mouse. The brain cells, they say, visibly contract under the control of the brain organoid. So they kind of met each other. And the notion is that with this, it gives them the ability to look into, and this is the Medical Research Council Laboratory of Molecular Biology in Cambridge. A woman who runs that, Madeline Lancaster, says, we'd like to think of them as mini brains on the move. I don't want to think of them as mini brains on the move because that seems really, really freaky. But it shows the similarities in the terms of neurons and their organizations and how even from these different species, these things can align and, dare say, work together. And they want to make clear they're not doing this for fun. They think that this is ways that they can learn about the brain in such ways that they could solve diseases of the brain. So wanted to open up the discussion on, first of all, is there a creepy factor to this, or am I just childlike that I find this kind of creepy?
I don't find it creepy whatsoever. I think that if what they're saying is to be believed, and I see no reason not to, what they're trying to do is get to a place where we have a better understanding of the system, and they're doing it in an environment where they're not harming anyone or any animals in this environment. I think it's great because if there's one area that we all know that is exceptionally difficult to solve, it's brain injury. And anything they can do to get a better understanding that could give somebody who has, let's just say they're in a bicycle accident, has a major head injury, and which completely, if you've ever had a friend who's had a major head injury, it completely remaps their personality. They're not ever the same after that. And that is something that if they could find a way to maybe mitigate that or solve that entirely, I'm all for it.
And you're not really talking about the CRISPR babies here, where the scientists used that genome editing to try and figure out to make your designer baby, if you will, in the Petri dish before the baby was born. You're not talking about anything like that. You're talking about growing some sort of matter to then, similar to 3D printing kneecaps for knee replacement and hip replacement surgery. That's where I hope that this technology will be used.
And that's where I agree with Mike's point on the medical event and Candy. I think it's a very apt comparison. Here's what I worry about is the I can, therefore I should syndrome. So if we can make human brain cells, albeit in very, small little concentrated amounts, interact with the, spinal cells of a mouse, I believe that there are people going to say, hey, we should build all sorts of combined, amalgams of species. And I'm not trying to get all Dr. Island or what's that, Dr. Moreau's Island or whatever that was. I'm not trying to get that
Island of Dr. Moreau.
Thank you. I'm not trying to get to there. But I think, there's a temptation when you can. Some people say, therefore I should. I think that's why I find it creepy.
But isn't that every medical advancement?
I don't think combining species in this way. I mean, yes, we've created tiny little dogs that aren't really dogs or wolves. They've been bred down to this. I don't know. It's probably me just being a bitter clinger. I don't know. It's just to me, it's an advance, and then I just worry about seeing a world filled with half mice, half Slytherin snake beings. Maybe it's just a deep nightmare since childhood.
You know what? You put that matter in the computer robot that already has the AI, so then it can be sentient. Todd, come on.
There we go. See, that's a far better script. Well, thank you for that. Don't forget, if your story didn't win, don't get down in despair. The losing stories will come up this hour. We'll get back to the radio show and Boeing. What were the executives thinking? Tracy Taylor, check traffic for us, please, Tracy.
Okay, so Seattle DOT has got this crash that's at Holman Road Northwest and 3rd Avenue Northwest, but drivers in SoDo are going to find this to be a bit of a problem. Both directions of 1st Avenue South and South Holgate. It looks like